The clock struck 2:07 a.m. The mansion was silent, the kind of silence that presses against your ribs until breathing hurts. You woke up abruptly, heart racing, palms clammy. That familiar wave of panic clawed up your throat. Your body knew what it wanted before your mind did the pulse. Your hand trembled as you reached for the drawer. Empty. You froze, blinked twice, checked again. Still empty. The panic sharpened. You whispered, tearing through the drawer, the nightstand, the shears. That's when you heard the faint rustle of paper and looked up. He was there. Jungkook sat by the window, the pale lamplight painting soft gold along his jaw. His shirt hung loose, the top buttons undone, sleeves rolled up to his elbows. A file lay open in his lap, though you doubted he was really reading it. Your breath hitched. Where are they? He didn't look up, just turned the page, voice slow and detached. You don't need them anymore. What? He finally raised his gaze, calm, cold, deliberate. I said, you don't need them. I threw them out. The words hit harder than any slap. You stared, disbelief tightening your chest. You had no right. Chunguk leaned back in the chair, unfazed. I have every right. You are my wife. The way he said wife, firm, possessive, sent a shiver down your spine. You don't understand. I can't sleep without them. Then don't sleep. That cruel calmness, it broke something inside you. Tears blurred your vision. You think I want this? I take them because if I don't, my mind doesn't stop. The voices don't stop for a moment. His composure faltered. A flicker of pain crossed his face, gone as quickly as it came. And what do they tell you? That you are weak, that you deserve it. Don't talk like you know me. He stood up slowly, every movement deliberate, the chair scraping softly against the floor. When he spoke again, his tone was steel wrapped in silk. You think I don't see it? The way you flinch at silence, the way you stop breathing when the lights go off. You don't need the pills, Wine. You need to stop running from your own head. Your lip trembled. The flashbacks came uninvited, your father's voice slashing through walls, your mother's sobs, the sound of breaking glass, your own small hands covering your ears, wishing for the night to end. You squeezed your eyes shut. You don't know what it's like to grow up in a house where love sounds like a door slamming. He didn't reply, just crossed the room, slow and silent, until he was standing in front of you. His voice dropped low enough to make your skin prickle. Then let me show you what it sounds like. You looked up, startled. What? He took your wrist firm but gentle, pulling you closer until the scent of him wood smoke, clean soap, something dark and expensive filled your lungs. Come here. No, I can't. That wasn't a question. You should have resisted, screamed, anything, but his command didn't sound cruel. It sounded certain. He guided you until your forehead rested against his chest. The steady thump beneath your ear filled the silence. Listen to it. Why? Because it doesn't stop even when you do. You stood there trembling. His arms came around you slowly, not tender, not soft, firm, protective like a promise. He didn't know how to speak. The rhythm of his heart pressed through the chaos in your head, steadying it, beating louder than your thoughts. Minutes passed, then an hour. Somewhere between the warmth of his chest and the sound of his heartbeat, the storm in your mind began to fade. He felt you go still, your breathing slowly against him. Chunguk whispered almost to himself, see, you never needed them. He didn't move even after you fell asleep. He just sat there, one hand in your hair, staring out the window into the rain, jaw tight, eyes heavy with a truth he had never admit out loud. He cared. He just didn't know how to show it. It had been raining for hours, the kind of steady, whispering rain that turns the world grey and takes silence louder. You stood on the balcony, barefoot, the marble cold beneath your feet, the thin fabric of your nightgown clinging to your skin. The wind lifted your hair, and for a moment the world blurred soft, wet, endless. You didn't even notice the door slide open behind you. Jungkook's voice was calm, almost lazy. Do I need to start locking the balcony door too? You startled, glancing back. He stood there in black slacks and a loose sweater. His hair slightly tousled, that effortless kind of authority that didn't need to be announced. Couldn't sleep? That's becoming a pattern. You turned away, hugging your arms. I wasn't trying to bother you. Chubuk stepped closer and hurried. You are standing in the rain at 2 in the morning. Why? I think bothering me stopped being your concern a while ago. Before you could reply, he shrugged off his jacket and draped it over your shoulders. It was warm and smelled faintly of cider and something darkly masculine. You will catch a cold. And you will catch pneumonia between us. I think I'm winning this argument. You couldn't help it. A small laugh escaped you. Surprised and soft, he caught it, a faint smirk tugging at his lips. Ah, so you can laugh. I was beginning to think I married a ghost. You like that ghost and talk back? True, but they also don't look this good in my jacket. He turned her face away, trying to hide the blush that rose and invited. He noticed, of course, he did, and chuckled quietly. Then his voice dropped to that low, velvet tone that made the air feel heavy. If you're trying to feel something, there are better ways. Like what? He stepped closer until your backs brushed the railing, his body heat cutting through the cold. He took your hand gently, but with that same unshakable dominance, and pressed it to his chest. This. His heart again. You close your eyes, rain tapping against your skin, the warmth of his chest grounding you. For a while, neither of you spoke, just the rhythm of his heartbeat, the rain, the soft hum of the city below. Then he leaned close enough for his breeze to ghost over your ear. See, you don't need pills, you just need me. You are awfully confident, or not you? No, I'm right. There is a difference. You shook your head, smiling despite yourself. He noticed that too. He always did, and for a fleeting second, his expression softened. That night, you didn't return to bed alone. You fell asleep with his heartbeat steady beneath your palm. The jacket still draped around you, and the faintest smile tugging at his lips as he watched you drift off. It happened 3 days later. You woke up screaming. The dream had been too real, your father's voice roaring, your mother crying, the echo of a door slamming again and again until it drowned everything else. You thrashed against the sheets, gasping your body desperate for escape. Jungkook was there before you even realized he had entered. The door burst open, his footsteps sharp against the floor. Your hands were shaking violently. He reached for the drawer, searching for pills that were not there. I just need them. I just need one, please. He caught your wrist, grip firm but not cruel. No, you need to breathe. You don't understand. I can't. He pressed his forehead to yours, voice low, commanding. Look at me. You tried. tears blurring everything but the intensity in his gaze anchored you. In and out. Follow me. He breathed deeply, slow and deliberate, keeping his hand on your wrist so you couldn't claw at yourself. When you still fought, he pinned your trembling hands gently against the mattress, leaning closer. You're not going to drown in your memories. Why? Not while I'm here. Your sobs weakened, breathes uneven but real. He guided your hand again to his chest, the familiar rhythm steadying you. I hate you sometimes. Good. Means you are still alive. You let out a shaky laugh between the tears, the sound almost ridiculous in the chaos, but he smiled faintly at it. You are the worst husband. I have been told I'm a decent alarm clock, though. That startled another laugh out of you. That's not funny. Didn't say it was, just accurate. He wiped a tear from your cheek with his thumb, voice quieter now. You keep this up, and I'll start charging you for therapy sessions. Then you would be rich by next week. Already am. You roll your eyes, but the nickname made your heart stutter. The tension slowly melted. He loosened his grip, his thumb drawing small, absent circles on your wrist. You stared at him, the messy hair, the sleepy eyes, the faint bruise of worry beneath them, and for the first time you saw how much he felt, even if he never said it. Why do you even care? Because someone has to. He leaned down, brushed a damp strand of hair from your face, and whispered, and because you're mine to take care of whether you like it or not. You huffed, eyes flittering close, still the watched husband, and yet you are sleeping in my arms again. You didn't answer, your breathing had already begun to slow, his heartbeat soothing you into sleep. Once more, he stayed awake a little longer, fingers tracing idle patterns along your arm, his voice barely a whisper. One day, you'll realize this was never about pills. The morning light slipped quietly through the curtains, soft and pale against the sheets. You woke with a faint ache of exhaustion, still clinging to your body, eyes puffy from crying. For a moment, you didn't remember where you were until you felt it. A steady rhythm beneath your ear, a warmth that wasn't yours. Jungkook's arm draped loosely over your waist, his chest rising and falling in perfect calm. You blinked, dazed. You must have cried yourself to sleep again. Slowly, you shifted, half expecting him to pull away, but he didn't move. He didn't flinch. He just kept reading the morning paper with one hand, his expression unreadable. You are awake. I have been for an hour. You frowned embarrassed. You could have woken me. He turned a page, voice dry, and wasted the one time you actually slept peacefully. Not a chance. You scoffed softly. You sound proud. I am. You didn't snore. You laughed, small, fragile, but real. He looked up then, eyes flickering briefly to your face before returning to the paper. That single glance felt heavier than any embrace. When you finally sat up, his arm slipped away. The bed felt colder instantly. Minutes later, he wandered into the kitchen. The air smelled of coffee, rich, bitter, comforting. Jungkook was already there, sleeves rolled up, two mugs in front of him. One black, one light and sweet. You made one for me. No, I made two for myself. You're welcome to fight me for it. You roll your eyes, taking the mug he clearly made for you. He didn't smile, didn't comment, but you saw the ghost of one tug at the corner of his mouth as he sipped his coffee. That was how he cared, through the smallest things, the quiet gestures he never named. You were starting to see it now. He never said, I love you. He just stayed. It was weeks later when you found it. You had been searching through his study for a pen, fingers brushing over neatly stacked files. When you pulled open a lower drawer and froze, inside was a small box locked. Curiosity tugged stronger than guilt. You picked it up, found a tiny key already resting beside it, almost as if he wanted you to find it someday. Inside were letters, your old therapy reports, prescriptions, even a crumpled hospital note from years ago. Your names was scrawled across every page. Your thought tightened. He had known all of it, your insomnia, your addiction, your fear. And under it all, a single photo. You sitting on a hospital bed, half asleep, hair messy, and it's adjusting your IV taken from a distance. Quietly, you heard his voice behind you. You were not supposed to see that. You spun around, guilt and confusion twisting in your chest. You knew even before we met it. He leaned against the doorway, arms crossed, his tone flat, but his eyes were not. Your parents didn't just want a husband for you, they wanted someone who could handle what they couldn't. You stared at him. Handle? Is that what this is to you? A responsibility? At first, yes. He stepped closer. Now it's something else entirely. He swallowed hard. What? Pity? No, the opposite. He left before you could ask what that meant, his scent lingering, his silence heavier than words. Days passed, the discovery burned in you. Not anger exactly, but confusion that tasted too much like heartbreak. Then one evening, while cleaning the cabinet, something small rolled out from the back of a bottle. The pills. You froze, your hand stumbled as you turned toward your name printed neatly on the label. He had kept them all this time. You didn't think, you just stormed into his office. He looked up from his laptop unbothered. You had them all along. Yes, that calmness, that maddening composure broke you. You don't own me, Jungkook. He stood slowly, the chair sliding back. His voice was low, dangerous. No, but I'll protect you even from yourself. That's not protection, that's control. Then hate me for it, but you are still breathing. Are not you? The air between you cracked like thunder. You shoved the bottle against his chest. You think locking me away from my demons will fix me? He grabbed your wrist, pulling you closer until your words faltered. I don't want to fix you. I just want you alive enough to realize you don't need fixing. His eyes burned into yours, frustration, desperation, and something else, something raw. You whispered, voice trembling, you make it hard to hate you. He smirked faintly, though his tone was still heavy. Good, then I'm doing something right. The silence that followed wasn't peaceful, it was charged, painful, beautiful. Neither of you said another word. He took the bottle from your hand, dropped it into the bin, and turned away from you. Could see the guilt in his eyes.